In this video, we're going to discuss more wintry weather impacts on the United States and Canada. This system could bring additional winter weather in the form of snow, ice, and widespread cold air across the U.S. But is there a warm-up in sight? And just how warm will temperatures get? We'll also take a look at the long-range forecast, so there's a lot to cover this evening. Temperature outlook. Let's take a look at our temperature anomalies this Wednesday evening. You'll notice that temperatures have really dropped like a rock across the plains, sitting around 50 to 55 degrees below normal for this time of year, February 19th. Now, let's check out Thursday morning's low temperatures, February 20th. We'll see double-digit sub-zero temperatures across much of the northern and central plains, the Midwest, and especially into Minnesota, Nebraska, western Iowa, and possibly even northern Kansas. Those are the coldest areas where air temperatures without the wind chill will range from 15 to 25 degrees below zero. When we factor in wind chills, even a 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze could drop values to 25, possibly even 35 degrees below zero across a large portion of the north central U.S., extending as far south as North Texas, Arkansas, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, and Tennessee. This is dangerously cold air, so if you're heading outdoors tonight or tomorrow morning for work or school, make sure to bundle up in layers and cover any exposed skin. Frostbite can develop in under 30 minutes in these conditions, especially in the northern U.S., western U.S. outlook. The cold weather extends into the western U.S., particularly eastern Montana, where air temperatures will be 10 to 15 degrees below zero on Thursday morning. A similar trend will be seen in eastern Wyoming and eastern Colorado, where temperatures will drop just below zero. In the Rockies, morning lows will range from the single digits to teens, while areas in Southern California and Southern Arizona, including San Diego, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Flagstaff, will still be relatively cool for this time of year. Looking at Thursday morning's wind chills, expect 25 to 30 degrees below zero in eastern Montana, eastern Wyoming, and eastern Colorado, particularly off the Front Range. Eastern U.S. and snowpack influence in the eastern U.S. Areas with a deep snowpack, such as western Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and upstate New York, are acting like a natural freezer. Surrounding areas are seeing above zero temperatures in the single digits and teens, but where the snowpack is deep, temperatures will start the day a few degrees below zero on Thursday. Wind chills in these regions will range from 10 to 20 degrees below zero. So once again, if you're heading outside, cover exposed skin and layer up, as frostbite can occur in 30 to 35 minutes. A new winter storm. Now let's look at the weather pattern for the rest of the evening and into the remainder of the week. A winter storm is currently impacting parts of Virginia, eastern Virginia, southern Maryland, and Delaware, extending down into North Carolina with an icy mix in some areas. Further south, rainfall is moving out of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Meanwhile, a new winter storm is bringing heavy precipitation, both snow and rain, to the Pacific Northwest. By tomorrow, we'll see more snow developing across Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and Montana. Given the cold temperatures, most of this snow will be light and fluffy. By Thursday night into Friday, much of the U.S. will remain quiet with high pressure dominating. This will lead to clearing skies across the eastern U.S., but radiational cooling will allow colder temperatures to linger. Precipitation and snowfall trends. Looking at Friday evening's precipitation trends, the heaviest rain will be found along the coastal southeast and Pacific Northwest, particularly from Seattle to Portland, where around 1 inch of rain is expected. For snowfall, the higher elevations of the Pacific Northwest will see several inches of snow. There is also a chance for some light snow in the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic, though no significant accumulations are expected. However, lake effect snow could bring a few inches to areas in northwestern Indiana, northern Indiana, and western lower Michigan as a snow band pivots from north to south. Icing concerns remain minimal. Some areas in eastern North Carolina may see a light glaze of ice, but most regions have already experienced their primary ice impacts. By Friday, icing should no longer be an issue. Weekend weather trends, looking ahead to the weekend, Saturday, February 22nd, Sunday, February 23rd, we widen our view to North America. Notice that much of Alaska and the western Canadian provinces, including Yukon, the Northwest Territories, British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, will experience continued cold weather. Weekend weather outlook. To some degree, Manitoba will also experience temperature changes. Through the weekend, we'll see well above normal temperatures in some areas. Warmer air will linger out west, though it will be mixed with colder air in the higher elevations, which is typical for this time of year. Meanwhile, lower elevations will see a more noticeable warm-up. In the east, will remain chilly overall, but temperatures will begin to moderate as the weekend progresses. On Saturday, a system will bring some energy to the Pacific Northwest, leading to rain instead of snow in some areas. Additionally, drizzle and rain showers could develop across south central Texas near the Rio Grande. By Saturday evening, this precipitation may shift north toward the Dallas-Fort Worth, DFW area, Tyler, and East Texas. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall will impact Washington, Oregon, and northwestern California on Saturday night into Sunday, fueled by what is essentially an atmospheric river in these areas. A clipper system tracking through southern Canada could also bring a few inches of snow through the weekend. Precipitation trends for the weekend. In terms of liquid precipitation, the south and eastern Texas region, especially along and east of I-35, could receive 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. This includes western Louisiana, Houston, Galveston, Corpus Christi, and possibly as far south as Brownsville, Texas. In the Pacific Northwest, we expect very heavy rainfall with 1 to 4 inches likely in Seattle, Portland, Medford, and Eugene through the weekend. Snowfall projections, British Columbia's western coastline could see several feet of snow. The Cascades, especially in Washington state, will see accumulating snowfall. Central and northern Idaho, along with western Montana, will also receive snow. A clipper system in Canada will bring up to 2 inches of snow to northern Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Manitoba. Additionally, most of Ontario and Quebec will see at least an inch of snow over the weekend. However, the heaviest snowfall remains concentrated along British Columbia's western coastline and into Yukon. Major pattern flip. Next week, as we move into the last week of February, Monday, February 24th, Saturday, March 1st, a significant pattern shift is expected. A milder temperature trend will take over much of the lower 48 and southern Canada. The transition will be gradual, but we'll see less Arctic cold than in previous weeks. A drier pattern is also expected, especially across the Gulf Coast and Kentucky southward. Many areas have saturated soils from recent heavy rainfall, so this 5-day dry spell will provide a much-needed break. However, active weather will persist further north due to a ridge-trough pattern shift. Western U.S., a ridge, yellow-orange, will bring milder temperatures. Eastern U.S., a trough, blue-dark blue, will keep conditions cooler and more active. This setup means storms will track from western and northwestern Canada, diving southeast into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes before lifting north into the North Atlantic. The Northeast could be in line for more active weather in late February, potential major snowstorm. Next week, looking at Monday, February 24th, the European model indicates a very active pattern with rain and snow showers in the northern U.S., while the south remains mostly dry. By the middle of next week, rain and snow could mix in areas with deeper snowpack, potentially leading to rain changing to snow in some regions. However, the biggest event to watch is around Thursday, February 27th, Saturday, March 1st. A significant system could develop in the Northeast, but its strength depends on whether the jet streams phase together. If the jet streams phase significantly, we could see a major northeast snowstorm. If the phase is weak or disjointed, the storm would be weaker and track further south. Model comparisons: European versus GFS. European model ECMWF shows a loosely phased system, meaning the storm remains weaker and less organized. GFS, American model, shows much stronger jet stream phasing, which would result in a significant northeast snowstorm. If the GFS model is correct, the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast could experience a major winter storm between February 27th and March 1st. This could bring heavy snow from Maine to Pennsylvania, extending down the Appalachians into West Virginia and possibly the Smoky Mountains. Latest update: another major snowstorm and Arctic blast incoming. Remember, don't shoot the messenger. We have another big snowstorm on the way, accompanied by another Arctic blast as we head toward the end of February and the beginning of March. While this won't bring the same widespread negative temperature outbreak that we're experiencing this week, it will still be a colder than average event with plenty of precipitation. Even though it won't be as extreme, expect well below average temperature anomalies and more snowstorms ahead. Current weather conditions. This morning, we are tracking storms moving across the southeast, with thunderstorms in the Gulf and heavy snowfall reports in the Ohio Valley. Snow and freezing rain continue in this region, just as we predicted in our last video. Meanwhile, dangerously cold temperatures are sweeping through the U.S., with wind chills reaching negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit to negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit across multiple states. This Arctic outbreak will dominate this week before shifting toward the eastern U.S. this weekend. But here's the twist. You'll briefly experience a fake spring with above average warmth, and you're going to love it. However, don't get too comfortable. The cold air will make a comeback on the eastern U.S. side of the lower 48 as high pressure builds over the Pacific and shifts the jet stream. This setup will bring a west to east flow pattern, pushing colder temperatures and strong wind chills back toward the Great Lakes and Northeast, particularly in the interior regions. Expect another significant cold spell to arrive right after this current system moves out. Active snowfall across multiple regions as we track ongoing snowfall. The HRR model confirms Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic. Heavy snow and freezing rain continue southeast. Thunderstorms persist as a lower trough moves in from the northwest, bringing additional storms and snow. Northwest, a new system is still bringing snow and wintry mix over the next few days. As this system moves out, freezing rain and sleet will push toward North Carolina, eventually reaching eastern Massachusetts, where up to 1 inch of snow is possible. Lake effect, snow, and additional accumulations. Heading into Thursday, another swath of snow will push through, adding to existing accumulations. Ohio, western Pennsylvania, New York, West Virginia, and Virginia will see new snow build up. West Virginia will experience heavier snowfall, with totals increasing throughout the day. Through Thursday and Friday, expect lake effect snow to impact western Michigan and the upper peninsula of Michigan, western Tennessee, and western Kentucky, 1 to 3 inches, with locally 4 inches in some spots. Eastern Kentucky and West Virginia, heaviest snowfall ranging from 6 to 10 inches. Meanwhile, a separate system will deliver snow from North Carolina to Virginia and Delmarva, where snow accumulations will increase significantly. Snowstorm totals. Who gets the most snow? According to the National Weather Service, NWS, expected snowfall totals for the next 72 hours are West Virginia, 5 to 8 inches, with some isolated areas nearing 9 inches. Our next video update will be tomorrow morning, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. There's also a slight chance that we'll go live tomorrow, so stay tuned.